Alright, so when you come into Charles Street North, all the streets are on your right hand side except Mahogany Avenue. Mahogany Avenue is the only street in Charles Street North that is on the left. Mahogany Avenue, it used to go across the highway. Alright, so as you could see, this road, right, before there was any pitch, this road led across the highway, and that was the original Mahogany Avenue. Alright, over time, when they had to break down houses to pass the highway here, they would have had to construct the tunnels in order to create accessibility for the people that lived on this side of the highway. Alright, right now this road is impassable. As you can see, there's a trench to deter people from passing. Right, so I'm going to stop here. I'm going to park up here and we could just take a walk through. Gosh, I'm getting like some other look. Okay. Alright, so this is Mahogany Tunnel. We're just gonna take a walk through. This tunnel is the only way in and out of this area. The road that I had showed you up the hill there, if that road is opened, that would be another point of entry and exit into this area. Sometimes when rain falls very heavily, the tunnel floods, and residents have told me that sometimes water covers the blue pipe. This tunnel would have been constructed sometime in the late 60s. If you look on top there, they probably used to have lights inside it as well. So right now we under the highway, the Solomon Hotroy Highway. The Zenith Cinema was opened on the 17th of April 1946 by A.P. Ramsawak Maharaj, popularly known as Buddy Maharaj. His cinema was very popular back in the day, but eventually it was closed down. The land was sold, and naturally Fresh Foods opened their grocery there. Alright, so the Raphael Red House, it's a landmark here in Gasparillo. It's been around for many years. When I was going to primary school in the 80s, it was painted a very bright red, but presently you could see it's painted in something of a burgundy color. A lot of educated people came from that home, the Raphaels. One of them, Keith Dominic Raphael, he is a Calypsonian. Another one of the Raphaels, he worked at the University of Ghana. So, you know, it's definitely a landmark here in Gasparillo. A lot of people know the Raphael Red House. So across the road there, that was the location of Dr. Arthur Chen's office. It was a clinic that was there for many years. However, the clinic was demolished, and now we have a gyro place, a choker hut, and a vegetable and fruit stall. In the evening, a man selling oysters and coconuts usually comes. It's a very lively spot because of all the different places that is present there now. Anglican Church, I don't know when it was, I wonder if it have a plaque or anything. Right, there's the Anglican Church, St. Peter's Anglican Church. Somewhere in the bush called Hangman Bridge. Well, it no longer exists because it was a completely wooden bridge, and because of a bushfire, it was burnt to ashes. But that bridge connected Springland to the Mahogany area. So, like, people used to use that bridge when they wanted to get from Mahogany to Springland or Springland to Mahogany, right? I don't know where the bridge is today. Only the people who are familiar with the area would know where the bridge is. But, you know, they called it Hangman Bridge because, from what I heard, apparently somebody went to cut bamboo and something had happened, and they got strung up by the bamboo and was hung by accident. So that's why they call it Hangman's Bridge. But, like, from what I heard is that why they call it the crusher, trucks used to transport material here to be crushed into boulders that were used for road building. Well, today, as you could see, it's not used anymore, right? But the structure, you know, is still here. People who live in the area said that there used to be a pond nearby where they used to go and bathe and stuff. I have no idea if that pond is still around. The cell tower.
if you say from where to where is it?
From Springland to Mahogany, that Charles Street side. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm talking about the grounds. Have very bright light.
Yeah.
I think that is Springland grounds. As you go down here, you see like a little roundabout.
Yeah.
Like
no, but when I say light, it is be in the sky, floating in the sky, and it is be flying across.
Floating?
Yeah.
From where?
From Springland self.
From what? Where? Or from where you always be to see this light?
I be on Happy Hill. From where I live in, I just see Springland on the hill.
That had to be the grounds.
The grounds?
Yeah, Springland grounds.
Is a yellow light in one, it just move, it just fly across the sky. Well, is that Sukunya or? I telling you, I know what I see.
People what you talking about?
It does, and it's be normally when the moon out, you just see it. I telling you, it is be a bright light and it's fly across the sky. This is the Parish Hall, but it was a wooden building, and recently it was broken down. I believe it was sometime this year. And this is the Sacred Heart RC Church. Alright, so we off.
This tunnel you are seeing here is one of 4 underneath the Sir Solomon Hochoy Highway. This one here is the Mahogany Charles Street Tunnel. It was built in the 70s and it has stood the test of time, but in recent years it has a lot to be desired, as it is starting to rust and mold, and water is helping the pipes and whatnot inside of there to rust quick. The highway from the built in the 70s, it was only 1 lane first, and then they built the southbound lane. But the tunnel, this one here, has been continually shifting and shifting. From long ago, you could have seen straight down into 5th Street from starting at the beginning of the tunnel on this side. Now you cannot see that, you're seeing somebody's house now. What has happened in recent years is that it is not safe to be standing inside of there, because due to earthquake and land movement, the tunnel is shifting and it is not safe to be inside of there for no long periods of time, because no one knows if it could come down or not. But it is the entryway and exit way for the Mahogany residents to get home and out to work or school or anything else that you have to do. You have to come out of here. This is the access point and entry and exit right there. When rain falls heavily, a lot of the water comes down from the former Petrichin area. It goes through the tunnel here, and then it makes a right back into the Court River Way. But the villagers in the back here don't have a problem with living in the back here. It's cool, calm, comfortable. And just the reason why the cars weren't being allowed to come off the highway and come to the tunnel as an exit way is because many of the vehicles tried to come through the tunnel here and get back up onto the northbound lane of the South Solomon Hochoy Highway, which is dangerous because you are trying to merge in a kind of way dangerous for oncoming traffic. So the road up there has been closed off. It was usually the previous road back before the 70s, before the tunnel was built. A lot of children used to play inside of here a long time, and it would be a good thing for somebody to come and, you know, like how the people do tours, they come and they have a look at it, but after a while they will have to remove it and it will just be a part of history.
Not staying still for a picture or for a ticket. I come and I take pictures of all inside and saying, hey, look, harnesses from the horses, look inside here.